Hello, how's it going? Just down on the allotment. Thought I'd give you an old tour, see how what it looks like. Let's go. So here we have some purple sprouting broccoli. I actually didn't know that was there. It just kind of came up. So curvy. In the back here we have some currants. This is romanska. This is some more of it here, and I've took a few spears. Some Brussels sprouts. Have some gooseberries there. I thought I'd be creative this year and grow some vegetables in between. Um, some more stuff in here. Brussels. Some gooseberries. This is kind of cool. This tree is called a medlar. I think it was pretty popular back in like the 16th century. So basically, it's a fruit, lovely white flower you get, and you have to do a thing. I think it's called belching. I don't know how to pronounce it. Basically, you let it rot for a month, and I guess it's acquired taste. I quite like it. It's like a toffee apple. Um, it's an interesting. You don't really see them around much. So these are my pears. Um, I can't. I know the name of this, but it's a French pear, but I'm not even going to try and pronounce it. I've already taken off quite a few of these pears. So I think I counted 130 this year. These ones here are conference pears. They're pretty easy. I think they're self-fertile, and this one is a dwarf tree. When you're living in a confined space or somewhere very small, it's a good idea to have dwarfs. They're more expensive, but if you've only small space, theoretically, you're not going to be spending much anyway. So that's what these guys are here. I have a couple of Ostasperums. These are really handy plants. Like, they look a bit sparse now, but when they bush out, like, they'll just kind of flow over here. And they're really good filler, and they're perennials, so you get really good value from them. This guy here is called Solum crispum glasnevin, or the potato tree. If you're familiar with the botanical gardens in Glasnevin, so that's where it got its name. Down here we have a courgette that just did not seem to do anything for whatever reason. We have some fuchsias. There's actually a alpine strawberry that's just popped up. Don't know where it came from. It must have been somewhere. This here is an apple tree. It's called Tickle Pink. Unfortunately, I only got 2 of them this year, and but they were quite tasty. A little tart, crispy. So there's my entrance to my seating area, which is great. I get to be on my own and do my own thing. You can see there some box, and this guy here. If I zoom out, this guy here is my plum. It's got grafted 5 different places. So it's got 5 different varieties, so they pollinate each other. Let me see. I think that's one of the grafts there. It's kind of hard to tell. Yeah, there's another one down there. That's another grafted piece. So that's kind of cool. Come walking through here. This jasmine started flowering for the first time. I have like this here is a kiwi. Yeah, I used to have it over there. See there? And it did really well, but I cut it back and moved it because I wanted to kind of go up here. So, oh yeah, speaking of which, this is here is my wisteria, and this year is the first year ever flowered. So again, I'm trying to get this to go up there. In the back we have some Japanese maples. I've spent a lot. I absolutely love them. I probably spent like, I'd say 100 quid on them, you know. So there you can see more pears. This here is a cool. This is a eucalyptus lemon sherbet. Basically, if you take a leaf off and crush it, it smells like, you know, those little lemon sherbety sweets you get. That's what it smells of. I'm not sure. I think you use it like you would a bay leaf. Speaking of which, there's some bays. This guy here, I grew from seed. I absolutely adore. It's called a Persian silk tree, and yeah, I really love it. The only problem I have is it gets easily frittered. It needs shelter from the wind, so it does. So as you see in between there's more Japanese maples. In the back here, more. I've noticed my clematis has started flowering again. I don't know. It's slightly unusual, but not uncommon, if that makes sense. Not unheard of, should I say. This guy here is my what you call it? Can't come to me. Magnolia. There we go. So over here we have the Syracuse, the fly-eating plant, carnivorous plant, and we have a cranberry here. I don't really know I don't know what to do with the berries. You have to dry them or what, but still a cool thing to have. There's some what you call it, fern trees that I've propagated from pups. These really cool here. Don't know if you can see it, but I actually have olives growing on my olive tree. I don't think they'll come to fruition in Ireland, so yeah. And of course my banana tree, which is cool. So there's my little seating area. This guy here, that's a New Zealand tea tree. During the summer it's covered in like little small pink flowers. You can still kind of see one here that's on the way out. The weird thing is that I was told it's tender, but it survived 2 winters, so I don't know. Seems to work. So I can go through here. Japanese enemas. Little kind of nuclear that you don't know. These guys here are quinces. Last year I made a quince crumble tart and it was fucking fantastic. Totally recommend it. There. So there's awful furry stuff on it. But, so we'll come through here. This little walkway hidden, and so here we have a Pinus muga, which is a dwarf pine, and it doesn't get really big, so it's really handy if you've little space and you don't have enough space to grow an actual pine. They are quite nice. The only thing I would say is it's not native, so if you're planting a lot of trees, I recommend go for native, but it's still a nice thing, nice piece. And so yeah, so there we have some blackthorn, which has got really big. It's probably gonna have to be pruned in the winter, but anyway. As you can see, it's a bit rough looking here. Everything's on the way out. We had California poppies, nigellas. There's a couple of roses there. There's a hebe just down there, and yeah. So here we have a bottle brush, and during the summer these have like literally tin pink flowers that look like a brush. So they're really cool. Over here we have assorted things. We've all sorts of cuttings and seedlings here, pines, cryptomerium, all sorts. And I enjoy doing it. It's good for the mental health, which is partly one of the reasons I'm doing these. With blueberries, here and here, another one here. This year I got a decent crop, really good crop. So I'm really chuffed about that. That really gives me a bit of a kick. And here's another thing that I grew from seed that really jazzes me. Monkey puzzle tree. I grew from seed, and it's amazing. It's amazing watching it grow, and they don't really grow that fast. So you theoretically could get years of enjoyment in pots, theoretically. So here you see my magnificent fern tree. I've actually made quite a lot of pups, and I gave them away to my neighbours. So really cool. Normally what happens is you'll get a piece just jut out here or whatever, and then you just saw it off. Most of the time it works. So as you can see, this is my Japanese area, as I like to call it. Strawberry tree, not actually native to Ireland, but they are found in Killarney, and that's a really interesting. I don't know really sure what it is, but anyway. So here we have a Himalayan yew, which is an endangered species, so I kind of feel privileged to have it. I don't know if I'd ever possibly, I don't know if I'd ever get it again in the garden centre, so gotta make sure to take care of that. This guy up here is a Chilean lantern. Let me see, can I see one here? I think I see one here in the background. Here, him. So that's really cool. All these plants are pretty much acidic living plants. We have a bamboo. This one keeps nice and small. Again, if you have a small area, and I kind of keep it fairly contained. I have it kind of cordoned off with like big massive boulders underneath there, so it makes it hard for it to spread. But this one doesn't seem to spread terribly, so it's a great plant. Like if you love bamboo and you've only a small compact area, it's the way to go. We have some ferns in here and a juniper, but I think this might be my favorite plant. It's called a wax flower or Diasma Sungold. I had one before and it died on me, and I don't know why to this day. Took me ages to find it again, so I've propagated one from that, backup plants and all that. This here is my pomegranate. I think one year I had small little fruits on it, but nothing really happened. But it's still a cool thing to have. I do like unusual things. Then we have some California poppies. I'm quite fond of those little things. So yeah, and then we have some jasmine there, and you can get a look at what it looks like. And there at the top actually is a weeping cherry blossom. Sorry, you might be asking why I'm going through all this. Honestly, I love gardening, and see, I'm walking. I love gardening, and I get quite a joy from a lot of it. It's a nice place to go when I'm feeling down or just want to get away from the world. And there's also a social aspect of having an allotment. Sometimes you don't talk to people. Sometimes, you might meet someone down here for 5-10 minutes and they'll chat to you. And sometimes they can give you an lift. It's a nice little community. People share things, knowledge, plants, vegetables. It's great. You have a place of your own. You can decide whether you want to talk to someone or not. But sometimes even just small little chats about simple things, like discussing the best way to keep wasps away from pears or whatever. So that's like why today I went through all my stuff. I know it's a bit blurry and all that, but might be something I can continue. But yeah, propagating is pretty cool as well. Like getting pieces of vegetation or growing them from seed, it gives me a bit of a thrill. It's like a sado, but it's a healthy thrill. Um, this year I didn't spend much. I think over the years I've invested so much in plants and stuff that I kind of really don't have much more to do. It was mainly sowing seeds and compost this year. Um, so yeah, I gotta say, since the last time I've posted one of these, I'm feeling a little bit better. Um, so I mean, like if I definitely recommend gardening therapy if you depressed, anxious, not feeling great mentally, um, and that's why I do it. That's why I continue doing it, and yeah, I recommend it. I might talk about more about this some other stage, but I just wanted to go through some of the things here that really excite me. Um, and it's great. I think next year I'm gonna take notes on the birds and the bees because I've noticed there's a lot more this year. Um, all sorts of bees. Um, yeah, I got a bee book in my bag and I need to take it out. And this is also a nice place to read. Being around plants is great. Um, I started off with just doing vegetables and fruit, but then I realized there's also a benefit to growing plants that you like or make you feel good, and having a place that makes you feel good. It's nearly just as important as eating um, for your mental health and keeping you sane. So that's what this one's about. I just felt like going through all the stuff they have. It's really a very uplifting and satisfying hobby, and sometimes it's just nice to sit here and enjoy it. So that's one of the things that works for me. Um, Again, it's about finding what works for you. Um, but it is working with your hands and the physicality, and then the rewards, and then just sitting enjoying it, eating your own fruit and veg. It's all good for the mental health, and it's good for the body as well. So that's what today is about. So I don't really have a whole lot more to say except I recommend just giving it a go. It could be for you, it might not be for you. And sometimes just sitting around, that's alright. Just sitting reading, you don't have to get up and weed. Just being here is good. It's good enough. So that's what helps me, and I don't know, maybe it's something someone would think that might work for me too. So yeah, we'll see what I'll talk about the next time. But thanks for listening. Yeah, okay.